From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, September the 17th, 2018. We open with a deadly terror attack this weekend that left an American-born Israeli man dead. 45-year-old Ari Fold was stabbed in the back yesterday afternoon by a Palestinian teenager outside a shopping mall in the West Bank near the Jewish settlement of Efrat, where he lived. Fold, despite his injuries, chased after the terrorist and shot him before collapsing to the ground, his efforts likely preventing further injuries or fatalities in the attack. The terrorist was also shot by another armed civilian in the area. Fold was rushed to Jerusalem's Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Fold was a prominent Israel activist, a well-known figure in Israel and abroad, and was seen on the ILTV program Frenemies here on JBS.
Welcome to Israeli Frenemies, the weekly broadcasting out of beautiful Tel Aviv here in the state of Israel. We get the right and left together to bash it out over the hottest subjects of the week. With here my co-host, Uri Zaki. How you doing, Uri?
I'm very good.
We're getting close to Rosh Hashanah, the new year.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we feel it in the air.
We got a lot of things to talk about today. Let's get right to it.
Thousands attended Fold's funeral late last night. Ari Fold leaves behind a wife and 4 children, as well as parents and siblings. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who met with Fold's family just before the funeral, wrote on his Twitter account, "We are alive thanks to heroes like Ari." UN Special Envoy for Middle East Peace Nikolai Mladenov sent his condolences to Fold's family and wrote on Twitter, "Everyone must stand up to violence and condemn terror." Condemnation was also heard from the European Union. U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman wrote on Twitter, "America grieves as one of its citizens was brutally murdered by a Palestinian terrorist. Ari Fold was a passionate defender of Israel and an American patriot. He represented the best of both countries and will be deeply missed." Condemnation was also heard from the mayor of the Arab village of Yatta, where the 17-year-old terrorist Khalil Jabarin was from. Mayor Ibrahim Ali said, "I condemn every act of violence, both against Palestinians and against Israelis." Ynet reports that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas seemed to refer to the terror attack in a meeting with former Israeli Knesset members, where he is reported to have said the Palestinian side is committed to non-violent resistance because the killing, occupation, and destruction will not bring about peace and security to any of the sides. Terror groups Hamas and Islamic Jihad praised the attack. Meanwhile, the IDF raided the home of Jabarin, who remains in a Jerusalem hospital with moderate injuries. The IDF went to the home of the terrorist, presumably to question his family members and measure the home for future demolition. Reuters reports that one of the 3 Palestinians said to have been killed in riots Friday along the border fence with Gaza by IDF fire may in fact have been killed by a rock thrown by other Palestinian rioters. A medical source in the Palestinian Health Ministry seemed to retract claims that a 12-year-old Palestinian boy had been shot by Israeli troops. The report cites the IDF's Arabic language spokesman, citing increasing indicators from Gaza that question the credibility of the original health ministry statement, and that testimonies indicated that the boy died of a head injury from stones or other solid objects during the riots, not gunfire. As we reported to you, some 13,000 Gazans rioted along the fence on Friday. They threw rocks, 2 grenades, and bombs at IDF soldiers, one of which injured an Israeli soldier, and also tried to breach the fence. IDF forces struck 2 Hamas terror posts in Gaza in response. And there were reports today of another flotilla departing from Gaza following a similar incident last week. Ynet reports boats set sail from the northern Gaza Strip heading towards Israel's maritime border in an attempt to breach it. Some 15,000 Jewish worshippers visited the tomb of the patriarchs in the West Bank city of Hebron last night and early this morning ahead of Yom Kippur. Crowds at the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City were also full this weekend for the Slichot prayers, which are observed during the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And of course, with Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement beginning tomorrow night, JBS will be televising live services from Central Synagogue for anyone unable to attend synagogue in person. We will broadcast services tomorrow, Tuesday night at 6 p.m., and then Wednesday at 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 3:30 p.m. As always, you can find more information on our website, jbstv.org. Looking now at today's programming on JBS from Monday, September the 17th. At 7 o'clock, it's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. At 7:30, a special JBS presentation. We take you to the famed Touro Synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island, the oldest active synagogue in America. At 8 o'clock, a look at Israel in the media with Israeli Consul for Media Affairs in New York, Almog Elgis. Then at 8:30, a discussion on the limits of free speech on college campuses. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with France's leading Jewish intellectual, journalist, and author Bernard-Henri Lévy. That's on L'chaim. And at 10, Israel's ambassador to the U.S., Ron Dermer, speaks with Thane Rosenbaum at the 92nd Street Y. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, September the 17th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the news after Yom Kippur on Thursday. Gemar Chatima Tova.